Welcome to what many call the greatest setting in college football. Husky Stadium in Seattle settled nicely between the Cascades and the Olympic Mountains, and it doesn't get much better or much louder than this. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the fourth-ranked team of the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. So Washington's offense takes the field. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, Dave, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, you talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll try it over the left side. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. They'll go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. The option look. Now the toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. The running back has it. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And there's a couple parts to the lateral, right? It's when the guy's pitching it and you're hitting him and causing a bad pitch, or it's just a pitch. But either way, trying to get hands on the football, trying to disrupt the timing of the pitch.
Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Ducks decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Handoff to the lone back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll leave it with him. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting him drive these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And his offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handle.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to pass. It's Nunez. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. They'll run this play from the pistol. The give to the back. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
Running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10. Quickly complete. Still on his feet. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! Timely decisions, effective play management helps him get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed a play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Texas A&M found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in College Station. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He is so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Going up top on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. It's good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds us back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll try the run. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. The give to the back. Open space at the 25. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Leaves it with the back. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. Try to get it on the ground. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. 4th and 1 is one thing, but 4th and 2, sometimes the coaches sort of chicken out at the last minute. Not this time. They go for it and they get it.
I don't disagree. Just that 1 yard does make me think a little bit more. But, dude, I'm going for this. I work on this every single week in practice. I know I get the extra down now, so my...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on it.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. A strike downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. From the shotgun, the inside give. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast.
Touchdown, Ducks! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They'll go right back to it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I love teams that make it a priority to run the football, and they have today. Another good run by this running back. He's been doing it all night, over 100 yards on the day. Really, really good night for this young man.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I love the quick decision the QB made made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. To the ground with the back. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Finds his tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here comes the offense on 1st down. DB's right up on the receivers. Trying to get the corner. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires one high and deep. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And when it's 3rd and so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. And they did it there. The defense makes the big play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's Nunez. Finds the tight end. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. Second down coming up. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, but losing yards.
Fast motion from the offense. He'll take a shot. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
If you don't have good vision, you're not going to be a middle-of-the-field safety. You got a lot of ground to cover from hash to hash. You better be able to see the quarterback. You better be able to see routes and break on the football. Nice job seeing the formation, seeing the route, breaking on it, and making the interception.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got his man. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming after him. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's caught. Good job running that